take a look at what these 8 powers represent. Now, understanding that the word power has responsibility, that the word power has the capacity to be able to alter, change, and affect things. Now, with each of these powers, some of them are fairly self-evident, and some are a little bit more esoteric in nature. But the first one that she explored with us was a power that we all have to experience in our lives if we truly want to be people that are going to truly make a difference. And she looked at this in the context of understanding that if you are going to create something new, you're going to require a really profound quality. A quality that sometimes has to go in the face of convention. A quality that sometimes has to fly in the face of what's socially acceptable. And sometimes what it has to do is to fight against the resistance that's there, and it's called the power to face up. She described this as courage. The power just to face up to what's needed. The power to face up to the injustice. The power to face up to where there's dysfunction. The power to face up to need and be able to respond to it. And we've had clear demonstrations over these last 2 days of individuals in this room who are demonstrating this as a living, breathing, daily experience, the power to face up. This whole idea of facing up, to have this courage in the face of conflict, etc. I saw this expressed in a corporate context of all places. I sometimes do a little bit of coaching. I'm not that good on the coaching side of things, but I occasionally. And I was asked to go to spend some time in Singapore with the CEO of a major chemical company. And evidently this guy was leaving a wake of destruction around him. He was very emotionally unintelligent, to use the vernacular. And I met him. He was from America. That's not that it had anything to do with it, but he was a Texan guy, big. He wasn't anorexically challenged. He was a substantial guy. He looked a bit like Jabba the Hutt, without wanting to cast too many dispersions on the bloke. But he had a temper. That was one of his issues. He had a quick temper. So we're sitting. I'm in my first meeting. I've only known him for a few hours, so I've been hanging around with him. And we're sitting in the monthly meeting where they had all the country managers from around the region to do their monthly report. And the young guy from Malaysia, the country manager from Malaysia, a Chinese guy, started to go through his report. And he got a number wrong. I don't know, one of the numbers he made a mistake. Well, this guy, the boss, just lost it. He said, "What? I told you yesterday it was 27%. And now you're saying it's 17. What the hell's the matter with..." And it's an explosion of rage, right? So, the whole room just... the eyes turned to the Chinese guy and this guy here, because we're no longer participants, we're spectators in this thing. And this explosion of rage occurred. And then, after he had finished, this young guy, the Malaysian country manager, looked him straight in the eye and he said, "When you shout at me in front of my colleagues like this, I find it deeply humiliating. It's completely unnecessary for us to do business like this. What I ask of you in future is that you treat us with respect and courtesy. I made a mistake. Yes, I acknowledge that. But next time, let's deal with it as adults. Thank you." How cool is that? Right? Right there, bang, face up. And I then turned to Jabba, right? Because I'm now thinking, what's going to happen now, right? And the response was extraordinary. He went, "Yeah, sorry, you're right. I was overreacted. I beg your pardon. Please forgive me." And the meeting progressed. Now I thought, I wonder if this is passive-aggressive, right? I wonder if we're going to get, after the meeting, he's going to do his thing. So I go into the office and I say, "So what did you think of that country manager there?" And he said, "Wasn't that impressive? That's the sort of people I respect. Because you see, Colin, I have a bit of a temper. I have a bit of a temper." I said, "Yeah, I know. I've got that." And this, I think, is one of the powers of facing up, is that it inspires others. And it draws respect. It draws respect. But it does require that critical quality of courage. This young woman went on to say that courage is something that can become a habit. You habituate it. And what you used to think of as courage just becomes your norm. Just becomes your daily experience and your daily reality.